LOWKEY TV, breaking fools off.
What up, my nigga?
Said LOWKEY TV, breaking fools off.
This is a Said LOWKEY TV production.
Said LOWKEY TV, breaking fools off.
Yeah. You a hopper fool?
Said LOWKEY TV, breaking fools off.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that because I just learned today Raymond Washington had a rag tray and a 61, I think it was.
He had a 61, he had 64s. He loved 64 Super Sports. Matter of fact, the day he died, he came by my house and seen me. And he left. He went over to his house, and later on that evening, he was gone.
What was you guys' relationship?
We were friends, turned enemy, then turned back friends. You know, we were kids. And then, as we got out, you know, I used to be a baby Slauson. At the time, he was trying to be an Avenue. But we was running around because they hadn't built Charles Drew yet. So to show you how far I go back with it. He was at Edison with me. Then when they built Charles Drew, they shipped him the later part of the season. I had to call him back. It's my nephew. They shipped him to Charles Drew. And he anyway, I was more or less about my people, red or blue.
Right. Okay.
And so everybody was Bloods and Crips here, Bruno from the Brims, everybody used to come in. Nobody had no problem because, you know, I wasn't about that. You come over here, it wasn't no jacking. Everybody got along. You'd be surprised at who used to drink beer and share joints together. They're still friends today.
Was Tookie around at that time? Did he come through too?
He was around too. Tookie was around too before he caught that case.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about the dangers of low riding back then when Dayton's hit the scene.
Danger. Okay, it starts. The gun pulling came long before the Daytons.
Okay.
I used to tell everybody and warn them to get a big hub kit. That was a gun. Find your place to put it. Because now, to tell you, the jacking and the killing didn't start with just Dayton's. It started when everybody came out with Supremes. Some people didn't feel like stealing the car. They felt it was easy just, if they got it running, you know, you driving it, just pull you out of it and gone. Some took guns, some didn't.
Right.
But it came from Supremes, Krager's, Dynasties, Rocket, all that True Spokes and big hubs. That's why I just said, you know, I called it just get a big hub kit. So everybody, when they were around, they knew what that meant. You know. But Dayton's kind of made it, well, actually Zenith's made it worse.
Yeah, it was first.
First, they made it worse, and then the Dayton's just really took it out the limit. You know, people got to the point they didn't want to steal. You know, certain ones had the craft, they get a kick out of stealing it.
Right.
Then certain ones that just wanted it, they just had that thing, they got a thrill out of jacking. Some of them got carried away and got to start killing people.
Right.
I'll tell you about an incident. I'm a co-founder of Street Life.
Okay.
We was at a super show, this is in '79. Now I'm watching this. I'm looking at the guys, you know, I'm looking at this youngster. I don't remember his name, but this incident is cold. I'll tell you about a few incidents.
Okay.
The guy called himself, he gonna jack for some wires. He's sitting here with a gun. We're on Figueroa and King Boulevard. It was Santa Barbara then.
Right.
He's telling us how he's finna jack this car and come up. So we just looking at him, you know, youngster. He goes over in a Exposition's parking lot. Now it's police and everything all through the lot. This guy, he had jacking fever bad. He goes up to this ragtop Cadillac, a 70. He pulls the gun out. The guy in the car shoots him, and he shoots him. They kill each other right there in front of the police. Over a set of wires.
Damn. That's deep.
That's deep. I sit there and looked at it with my own eyes. Let's say Cotton or Flip, There's a whole bunch of members, a Wimp, all of them from Street Life. We all sit there and looked at that. That's when I enforced everybody to get a big hug kit.
Okay. Give me some. Shoot me another story on something on that level.
Oh, another one. Y'all might not know. Some of y'all do. People know the name Scary Gary. He started hanging with me, and the guys was playing around one day with his Thunderbird I cut for him. So he got mad. He got home. He got his girl. She's gang related. I won't say what's set, but anyway, he had a shotgun in his car. We go to Burger King. So now here's a guy. Another scenario, same as that. This guy had the jacking fever. He's running around with a gun in the middle of Crenshaw, thought he finna take him some wire. He walks over to Gary's car, and he's asking her to roll down the window. She lifts the shotgun up. He said, oh, never mind. He turned around, runs across the street. He goes to this Riviera. Riviera had big hubs on it, so this is before Dayton's. He goes around from the driver's side, go to the passenger side. We see a big old flame leap out the side of the car and knock him up in the bushes of Burger King. And the police was right at the corner, sitting there looking at that. They shoot around the corner and everybody break and leave. They had Ernest jacked up and a couple other people because they were right there where the guy shot at. But no, that jacking goes before Dayton's.
Okay.
It didn't start with Dayton's.
Okay. Speak on Ernest House. He was the first one to start cutting Fords.
Oh no.
No. Okay.
No, he. Well, rest in peace. I can say they both gone. First person, his nickname was Ford Dog. I used to tease Ernest about stealing his name when he passed. Ernest is not the original Ford Dog, and he's not the first man to cut Fords.
Oh, okay.
We had let's see. Weenie Face had cut 55 and 57 Ford back in the days. He was a little older than me and Ernest.
Okay.
They laid and they hopped. They was nice. I mean, you know, Ford is a pretty car because certain Fords everybody used to buy along with Chevys anyway. And we had Big George. He had a 64 Galaxy. It laid. He had an M-code to the front. When he hit the switch to lock it up, it would jump this high off the ground. So anybody looked at that, they said, well, hopping him was out.
Right.
That was out, and it was a Ford. Now, on that same story, the dangers of hydraulics, was a guy's name was Don. I'll never forget this. It shocked everybody. You probably hear about the story from older guys. It was two incidents. One with a 55 Chevy. Okay, boy messing around with a bumper jack, and the car fell off and fell on him. His mama came out, picked it up, and threw the car. She died. He lived. Donald, on the other hand, the Ford fell on him. His mama came out. She picked the car up and threw it off of him. He died. She lived. So those things I used to tell people, make sure that car, some jack stands or something, stable. Never use a bumper jack. They're real dangerous. And let's see. Weenie Face cut Ford, Big George, Pumpkin. It's a few others. It's a lot of people before Ernest. Ernest, you know, as time went along and he had incontinence, everybody wanted to give him credit. Everybody loved him. But no, he's not the first one to cut a Ford. Because remember, the first front and back Ford was a 54, and that was in 56. I forget the guy's name that cut it.
Okay. What about limousines?
First one to cut a limousine. Ooh, I'm trying to think I can't think of his name, but that was in the 60s. I forget who it was. The first one was an old Cadillac. Second one was the Imperial, and I think the third one was a Ford. I forget who cut them.
Oh, okay.
But they were the first limos back in the days.
All right. Anything else we need to share with our viewers?
Oh, back in the days, most of us that did low ride, most of us did a lot of our own work. Because a lot of times, if you didn't know how to paint or do the body work on your car, you had to have somebody do it. And if you wanted flakes and stuff, it was only so many people. Like
Did you know Doc?
Yeah, no doubt. Good friend of mine.
Okay.
You know, Daryl Coons and all them, Arthur and all them. Matter of fact, they used to be with me in Street Life. They used to paint me and he's dead now too. My God. Oh boy, what's that boy's name? He had the '64 Chevy. Had a few cars I cut for him. But anybody, he was from '30s. They'll remember.
Okay. Stan, you know Stan, individual Stan.
Yeah.
He said you cut his first car.
Yeah.
I talked to him today.
Okay, how's he doing?
He's good. He's good. He got a '57. He say bring it out, and he got the Riviera right now.
Okay, that's good. He ain't stopped. That's a good thing.
Yeah, he let me know that. I think he said that you were the first person to cut his first car.
Yeah, I did Dell Dogs too. And matter of fact, Russ, rest in peace, I did his first car too. He was joining Street Life. I cut his car so he could get in.
Okay.
Matter of fact, it was me, Russ, Dale Combs. That's the fifth person I was thinking of. The paint cars. We did custom paints, the flake. As you seen the coach back there and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, any last words?
Me personally, I say this. Low riding always made everybody, all the gang members, everybody come together, play, and act like people supposed to. Now, as long as that does that, I'll cut holes in everything that comes out of Detroit. From now on to the day y'all put me in the ground.
I hope that's never.
All right.
Now, when y'all think about your low riders, think about that. It's not about politicking. Just politic who can hop the hardest or who can drag the hardest or something like that. Who got the most switches. And another thing, I started people to get to doing three-wheel motion off of one switch. So the Mexicans take the credit for that because the car that they took it from, I warned this nigga when he go to take his car to the upholstery shop to disarm it so it wouldn't work. Because they're going to look at the switches on the dashboard and they're going to try them. He come back crying to me. He's resting in peace too. That's a shame. But old Jimbo, he come back to me with his switches in the hand. The boy did his interior, but he took all the switches are loose to follow the pattern. And the next thing I know, everybody was three-wheel.
Okay.
So when they tell you the Mexicans did it, just tell them you know the truth because you heard it from who did it.
Okay. Me with low riding, I always will say that low riding to me is unified all races.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm a people's person. I didn't cut. Matter of fact, I got my hands on cutting the first car that went to France. A gang of them that went to Japan. And I cut whites, Mexicans. So, I have no, you know what I'm saying? You want a low ride or you want to do karate? I'm cool with it. I don't care about your race. I'm not a clan. I know how to deal with them if they confront me. But, it's not about color. It's not, I don't have no boundaries with it. As far as you want to go, I'll take you. You want a low ride out there, I'll put you out there.
Okay. Well said. Well, I appreciate your time. You gave a lot of good information. There's history right there, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, just like I said, all on SED TV. My guy Athen, thank you. And we'll get back with you next time.
All right.
SED LOWKEY TV breaking fools off.
What up, my nigga?
SED LOWKEY TV breaking fools off.
This is a SED LOWKEY TV production.
SED LOWKEY TV breaking fools off.
Yeah. You a hopper fool?
SED LOWKEY TV breaking fools off.
Yeah.